You can't just imagine the impunity and the effects of the morale that affect men and women. If this can happen to their colleagues, then what more can happen to them? I want to draw the attention of this committee, sir, to the intention of Mr. President when he came on board, that he wants to have a more professional army and is interested in bringing to book people that have committed offense that have to do with election malpractices or procurement. And it was the intention of Mr. President that these people are sorted out through a painstaking process and put to the process to be punished accordingly. But what has happened? The wishes of Mr. President have been sabotaged. Innocent people have been picked up and punished. And they have gone further. Yes, sir. So my prayer is just that this issue is investigated, and those that have done this should be brought to book, sir. Justice should be done to all, sir.
Thank you. Before you continue, just my friend, I believe I just want to introduce himself. So please.
Mr. Chairman, distinguished colleagues, I am Senator Matthew Urugide. I represent the South Central District, Edo State, Chairman of the Committee on Public Accounts, and a member of this committee.
Now, before my colleagues ask questions, I want to quickly ask, even though one of the questions I have not asked you, you have answered them. What are the ranks of these compulsory retired officers? What are the ranks?
Yes, sir. I have the breakdown. Yes, sir.
So I saw something. What is that?
So we have
Major General?
we also Major General in this. I want to give the breakdown, sir.
Is it the one we have here? You said Major General Ijama. Is that the one?
Yes, sir. We
We have
have
Major General Obiefwe Ijama.
Ijoma, yes, sir.
Major General Ashsad.
Yes, sir. We have the 9 Major Generals,
Okay.
10 Brigadier Generals, 7 Colonels, 11 Lieutenant Colonels, and 1 Major that were arbitrarily retired publicly.
We don't have any major here. What?
There's a Major, sir, Major Williams, but it's not listed among the witnesses because it's not available. But the summary is in paragraph 17, sir.
Okay.
Paragraph 17 of my petition. The statement of facts, sir.
Why is that necessary? Where they listed this one? This one. This one.
Statement of facts.
Now, I want to ask, are you introducing these names as witnesses to this matter, or do you have the consent to represent them as a group?
I have their consent, and they are all willing to be part of this investigation.
Not that our only is.
Many of them are here, sir.
Yes. Do you have the consent to present this matter on their behalf, or are you presenting your own case as this matter?
Sir, I'm presenting my own case, and I have the consent of all those that are listed to the
No, just tell us that you are a group.
Yes, sir.
And are representing them.
Yes, sir.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir, correct, sir. The 22 that are listed there. I have their consent.
Is there any written document from them signed that they should present on this matter? Because what I see, I want you to understand where I'm coming from. This is not a law court.
Yes, sir.
This is a fact-finding committee.
Yes, sir.
And so what we do is to do a holistic investigation so that we can come up, so that both the petitioner and the respondent will understand the position of this committee.
Yes, sir.
Because this matter does not end as a committee. We send our report to the entire Senate at the plenary for deliberation, whatever is our recommendation. Yes. So we would like to arm ourselves with all the facts and figures to ensure that both the respondents and the petitioners are in tandem with whatever that might be the outcome of our report. So I'm asking, do you have, is there an oral, or that some of them are here to say they are, and if they are, if you say you are representing them, all of them cannot be here at the same time, you have 1 or 2 or 3 who are here, we can ask them if you have their mandate to represent them.
Yes, sir.
Is that correct?
Yes, it's correct.
So who is that you say that is here now among this list?
Kone Suleiman is here, Kone Okoa is here.
Can we see
Kone
them,
Adipe.
please? Are they here? Okay. Yeah, who is it? That's 3 of them.
Yes, sir.
Please, we would like to ask, because this is a public hearing of the committee. What's the name again? Abdul Fatai has a consent to represent you in this matter. Yes, sir. Okay. So we are taking that this is a proportion of the number of people. Okay. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let me ask this: did you join army as a cadet or as a infantry soldier?
I started my military career from the Nigerian Military School, Zaria, sir, as a boy soldier. I finished from the NMS in 1994.
You rose from the...
No, sir. I went to NDA, immediately finished from NDA. From NMS, I went to NDA as a member of 47 regular course.
So it's right to say that you joined the military as a cadet military?
Yes, sir.
That's right. So others too?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, when you got this sudden retirement from the army, did you go to court or did any of the members in court? Is any of the members, so among this list, is anybody in court with the army?
Out of the 38 people that were retired, I'm aware that 8 people are in court.
Those 8 people who are in court, are they part of this people?
Konekoa did not go to court.
Amongst
the list, yes, sir.
22. Is
yes,
there
sir.
any of them that's in court?
Yes, sir. I can indicate 8 people, yes, sir.
Here?
Yes, sir.
Because if there's any of them that's in court
here,
they cannot be part of this matter. We're going to expunge it from here because
yes,
any matter is in court, it will be a matter of some changes if we're able to get involved. That's what I want to be sure what we're doing.
Yes, sir.
I want you to know how thorough we are.
Yes,
Don't just look at papers and its face value and then start treating that way. So I would like to identify those who are in court.
Okay, sir. If you check the list, sir, Syria 1, Major General Ijoma is in court.
Okay.
Then Syria 3, Brigadier General Sahad is in court.
Okay.
Then Syria 9, Colonel Nwanko is in court.
Okay.
Syria 10, Colonel Kayode is in court.
Okay.
Syria 11, Colonel Diarasan is in court.
Okay.
Syria 12, Colonel Suleiman is in court.
Okay.
Syria 17, Colonel Dazang is in court.
Okay.
Syria 18, Colonel Arigwe is in court.
Okay.
And Syria 21, myself, I'm also in court, sir.
You are in court?
Yes,
You are
sir.
in court?
Yes, sir. But the
When did you go to court?
the prayers I'm asking the court is
When did you go to
No, excuse me.
yes, sir.
Excuse me. You see why I said here, we are very, very cautious of whatever we do.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Are you the principal person in this matter?
Yes, sir.
Are you already in court? Whether you are in court for another thing, as far as this matter is in court, it has to do with your dismissal or dismissal.
Yes, sir. I want to bring it in the correct context, sir.
Yes.
First of all, sir, after sending this letter to be transmitted to Mr. President, the military authority continued their deliberate pattern of abuse and refused to do that. And that forced us to go to the court to seek an order of mandamus to compel the Chief of Defense Staff to transmit the letter to Mr. President and show proof.
Transmit what letter?
The letter of redress of the wrongful retirement that was supposed to go to CEC, which they refused to forward. And when we got the order of mandamus, till today, they have refused to comply with that order as I speak to you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, let me say this.
Yes, sir.
You have a very good case, but our hands are tied. You are the principal actor, and you said you have the mandate of others to represent you in this matter.
Yes, sir.
And your matter is in court. Whether I have a court or another one, with due respect, what I will advise is that if you want to report to Senate to handle this matter, or National Assembly to handle this matter, go and withdraw that matter from court and come back, bring back another petition. That will be another thing altogether. We will
Sir,
not continue from this.
if I can seek the judges of Mr. Chairman, I can see to Kone Okoa, who has not gone to court.
No. You are the principal author. There's a petition written in your name. You signed the petition, and that's why you are standing before this committee. So, with due respect, this is the procedure of this committee. We can no longer go continue with this thing. That's what I'm saying. So what we are going to do is, that when you are ready with this matter will be stepped down, and want to have a proof that you are no longer in court, we can no longer continue with this matter. You might not take it. Thank you.
Want to withdraw your case from the court?
Well, let's.
We have two more left.
Can't take the two.
We have Major KDC Obimonso.
Yeah, now you have to listen.
Is here.
Yes. Yes, please, do we know you? Use the microphone, please. Use the microphone. We don't have enough time here to waste.
Mr. Chairman, distinguished senators, all protocols observed. My name is Major KDC Obimonso, retired, a member of the 39 regular course, Nigerian Defense Academy. I joined the Armed Forces 1987.
Did you send a petition to the Senate?
Yes, I did.
Show the petition. I don't have to say petition. God bless you.
That's my petition, sir.
God bless you for coming back.
Welcome. That's my signature.
You take one oath.
Okay, sir. I, Major KDC Obimonso, retired, do solemnly swear that the evidence I shall give before this distinguished committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Now, give us the background of your petition and then prayer.
Thank you, sir. Sir, please, the first thing I would like to say is that I'm grateful to the 8th Assembly because I've fought for this opportunity for more than 13 years and never got it. So I want to express my gratitude to the 8th Assembly for giving me this opportunity. I never got this far for the past 13 years. Having said that, sir, I mentioned earlier that I enlisted into NDA 1987. I'm a member of that 9 regular course. I served meritoriously with unblemished years of military service, with good conduct, as stated in my retirement letter, until my sudden retirement in 2003, on medical grounds. I want to state categorically that I do not agree with my medical retirement, simply because the procedure for medical retirement is clearly stated in the Terms and Conditions of Service 1984. Right now, the Armed Forces have the harmonized Terms and Conditions of Service 2012, but I wasn't retired under that. We were retired under the Subsisting Terms and Conditions 1984, which was just cited by the last speaker. And in that document, you will see the composition of a medical board. It is clearly stated there. The Army, they have it. I'm happy the Director of Army Legal Services is there, General Shalangwa is there. He knows what I'm talking about. The board has to be properly constituted. It has to have a chairman of the board, a secretary of the medical board, and members. The sitting of the board has to be properly done. But in my case, sir, I was brought out of 1 year incarceration in chains. I was put in an underground tunnel in DMI based on allegations of national security, which was called classified. And while I was there, I was investigated for 1 year by the DMI and exonerated in writing. I say again, the DMI finally wrote a letter stating that I had no case to answer and no fault, whether professionally criminally was found in me. They cleared me completely. Now, after clearing me in writing, the report said, the DMI report is referenced there. All the references of my correspondence with the army for the past 14 years, they are listed here, sir. So anytime the committee wants, they can send for all the letters. The DMI letter, however, recommended that I should go on medical retirement. DMI, yes. They recommended to the army that I should be taken on medical retirement.
That's the same letter that cleared you.
The same letter that cleared me, just less than 4 lines, said that no fault was found in me. However, I should be processed for medical retirement. Having said that, the Army Council sat 18 September 2003 and approved my medical retirement based on the DMI's recommendation, based on the reports of 2 medical officers. Brigadier General Olayinka retired and Colonel Emu Olayinka retired. Now, what aspect of medical are they talking about, sir? As you can see me, sir, I'm very sound. But the aspect they are talking about is psychiatry. Just like the case of the man that was treated here today. Psychiatry. And so for psychiatric cases, you need to undergo proper medical tests, especially EEG, electroencephalogram tests, a lot of brain tests, because the Army's report said I had organic brain damage. I'm a paratrooper. I'm an infantry officer. I'm a member of the Special Forces. If I felt any fulfillment in life outside the military, I wouldn't be here today. But I was retired at the peak of my career, when I was just about to start soldiering. With due respect, sir, anytime I hear Boko Haram, IPOB, this and that, I cry in my room. My wife is here. Everything I've been trained for, this is the time for me to give back to the country. I do not have any other skill more than my military skills. Sir, if I had any alternative, I wouldn't be here, sir. So I'm here because I am pained that in the midst of serious national security challenges, I don't have the opportunity to contribute. So my track record in the Army is well known. I'm a holder of a double medal for outstanding performance in peacekeeping by the United Nations. The UN gives only 1 medal. They don't give 2. If you complete 90 days in the mission area, no scandal, no rape, no stealing, no criminality whatsoever, they will give you a medal of honor. But they give us 2. I know what we did in Sierra Leone that I made the UN to say, give these men double medal. I am also a member of the Special Forces. Sir?
Was that assignment classified?
No, it wasn't classified, but I was deployed in the most dangerous area in Sierra Leone, the Western Peninsula. Our back was the sea. If they attack you there, you and your soldiers will perish in the sea, no escape. My commander warned me. The UN doesn't allow deployment of a captain as company commander. I was the first and only Nigerian Army officer that the UN had to approve to be deployed as a company commander in that dangerous area, because my commanding officer, General Bauka, stood his ground and said, this is the best man I have. If you are talking about rank, I have majors here. But if you want us to survive, you want soldiers to live, it's only this captain I can send there. So he was asked to come and defend it. General Bauka went to Nikon commander through General Aguai and defended it. If you don't put this captain here, we are not safe. So they put me there, sir. And to the glory of God, sir, I lost no soldier. I have never lost a soldier in operation. I don't sustain casualties. I was in Ogoni. I did a job that is marked secret today in Ogoni that Nigeria doesn't have the file. But Major Hamza Al-Mustafa and the files of national security, they have a document of what I did in Ogoni that ended the killings in Ogoni. I am also somebody that even in retirement, sir, I have worked in the office of the president, the last president.
Let's have your prayer.
So, sir, my prayers is this. I am a paratrooper, I'm Special Forces. This is the time for me to be rejabbed in the armed forces. This is not, I'm not the first case. I'm happy General Husseini is here. I'm so happy to see him. When he was FCT minister, I used to come to his house, his ADC. My prayer is that I should be rejabbed. I should be promoted. Since I have no fault in my file, I should be promoted to the rank, same rank as my mates. Because if I'm rejabbed, I can't serve as a major. I should be promoted to the same rank as my mates. That's my first prayer, to be rejabbed. The medical, the so-called psychiatric, whatever it has to be set aside and faulted according to terms and conditions because it didn't follow what the army said. Secondly, after being rejabbed, I can't be a major because age on rank is 42 for major, maximum age. I am 47 this month. So the only way I can serve is that I'm promoted to the same rank as my mates, Brigadier General. Is it possible? Yes, it is. Has it been done before? It's been done before. The army have the files. We know officers that were promoted from Lieutenant Colonel to General, like General Adwa. We know officers that were brought from retirement, like General Guzau, retired. Then when IB took over, returned, promoted. We have such cases, more than 10 cases of exceptional officers that have benefited from this. Then the third prayer is that when returned to the army by the grace of God through the goodwill of this committee, I would like to serve in the Military Intelligence Corps. I have only 5 years to serve. Within 5 years, all my mates must leave service. My mates are brigadier generals right now, third year. They have clocked 30 years of service as at this month, 39 regular course. They have only 5 years to serve. So within those 5 years, I would like to serve in the military intelligence for 5 years.
Thank you.
And help Nigeria solve security problems.
Thank you. That is not our responsibility to,
Thank you, sir.
to promote you where you want to serve.
Thank you, sir.
I'm not it's not part of our job. So we listen. Well, to be honest with you, I have no doubt in your capacity and I have no reason to fault your claim. But the army is here, they are the ones to collaborate or fault your claims. But I think, in my own assessment, as a civilian, judging from my own personal assessment, I think you're one of the, I can see you're a very fine officer, very smart officer. There's no doubt about that. And I start asking myself the issue of these medical records, which has to do with security. And you have nothing to show. You have not derailed in the course of our discussion to warrant to say you are psychological, derailed. So I still, feel why. So we must know what is the reason what we, because for you to have been handcuffed and put on the ground detention, there must be reason to that. I wanted to ask you before whether you were involved in any coup d'etat.
Okay, sir, please, to go straight to the point.
Yes.
That question.
Because you know I'm asking this.
Yes, sir.
If you're involved, yes, I'm saying. That's what I'm asking, so that we don't mix up
I'll
this
answer
issue.
you quite frankly.
Okay.
So I'll answer you quite frankly. What I was arrested for on 6 November 2002 in Kano was called suspected breach of national security. And it's a classified matter, sir, and the files are in the NSA's office, in the DMI's office. The army, they have all the files. It was well investigated. I was exonerated, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
So whatever it was, you were clear.
I was exonerated in writing.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And before then, before you were arrested, this issue of psychiatric challenge has never arisen.
So all through my service years, I kept getting my promotions and the most sensitive jobs because I was very sound until my arrest. The controversy and the hazy and cloudy psychiatric whatever came up during my arrest and the case, and I was still cleared on top of it.
Nigeria. Mr. Chairman, sir, thank you for this. I can see the general, our own general, because in the Senate here we have general. I see our general is nodding his head. My brother, the question I want to ask: were you tried by the army? Did you face court-martial? Were you, even though you said you are discharged, were you at any point in time charged to either in the law court or a court within the army?
Thank you, sir. So not to waste your time, I was begging to be charged for 1 year. The case officer's name is Major Ogiabwe. I said, please charge me and I'll plead guilty. And they told me my offense, DMI told me, General Azaz is so rest in peace, told me that your offense is unchargeable and untriable. I told him, sir, it's not an offense, sir. I've never heard that English before. He said, your offense, Major Ken, is unchargeable and untriable. I was never charged. I was to be held for 12 years without a trial or without a charge, if not for this Senate. The Senate was one that moved to debate my case in plenary, and then the DMI quickly stopped the Senate and released me that week. That's how I was released from detention. Thank you, sir.
We have listened to you. I don't think so. Yeah. You can step aside while we hear from the military. I think we have to start from the bottom. Because the last one.
The last case, yes, the last case. The last case is between Colonel Gabriel Adetunji versus Nigerian Army. We have not seen the officer.
He's not here. He's not here. This matter is up by step down. Army, take over.
Here, and considering the fact that the subject matter has to do with petitions, he directed specifically that the Director of Legal Services and of course the Military Secretary, the Chief of Military Civil Affairs, who was here but had to go because of some other emergencies, should represent him here. And as Director of Legal Services, I of course also agree that the Chief of Army Staff, considering his appointment and nature of work, could properly be represented by the Director of Legal Services, considering the nature of the subject matter before this committee.
We are in agreement that we'll take him up.
So,
Are you in agreement that we'll take him up?
any authority?
The Major General is here. That issue. Why is it not the case?
Yes, that's what I want to do.
Did you understand what the question is asked?
Why do we have a Major General
Major General is
and a Brigadier General is
to
represented?
be the one talking about.
Sir, it's by virtue of our appointment as the Director of Legal Services and considering the subject matter, which has to do with petitions here, because the letters I've received from the Senate or the petitions forwarded to it, they were all directed to my office to take appropriate action. So based on that,
Are you the leader of this group now? Are you leading the group now?
So who is the leader?
no, the military secretary is the leader of the team.
Then he should be the one.
They can ask you to speak.
That is in order, madam. That is in order.
Now, let us ask the Secretary General.
The Major General.
Yes. You know, last time, that is one of the problems we had last time. You know, you have seen Lieutenant Colonel that had matters that came before us, and then the last time people sent a major to come and represent the Chief of Army Staff. And that is one of the reasons we called him back and said, no, we have a general here. If you want a general, some of you have not really started in the army, but, you know, we want to know. We are here and we understand your patients, we understand the issue of the Chief of Army Staff. We are not going to, we understand his duties, and we don't have any problem if he doesn't come. But he has sent the Major General to come. Of course, we have no reason not to, listen to you. But what he's trying to say as a general, you will know your rank and all that. I'm not I think I can't be a military man again in my life because I've passed that age. So if you want to make sure that you would go on ranking, so I want to know.
Well, I want to ask a question. Yeah. Because in as much as I support that the Major General should lead, I want to ask, if a decision is taken here, are you sure that the Chief of Army Staff will agree with you? Because that is all about representation. Do you have the authority of the Chief of Army Staff to discuss this matter, or you just want to tell us you want to get back to the Chief of Army Staff? Because we will not take that. Any decision we take here must be binding on Nigerian Army. If you know you cannot take the decision, then you can represent the Chief of Army Staff. Mr. Chairman, I don't know what I'm...
Yes, I understand, you don't have to, I understand what you said. Whether the Chief of Army Staff is or not, any decision will take care of, and we'll look at it from the committee level. And we will write them to implement to the letter. So what my proposition is the director of legal, I mean, you know, we want to hear from the secretary, the army secretary. If he says you can go and give him authority to speak on this matter, then we can take him at that level. What do you say?
The Secretary General, as far as concerned, the Secretary General is the leader of this team.
Yes.
Right?
And then can you see
If you decide that the Chief of Minister will authorize the legal advisor to lead the discussion, then that's a different matter. Or if it's one who give him the job. But definitely, we don't play with ranks here. Military. Do you agree with me or not? If the military secretary has no business here, then he shouldn't be here. But if he comes here, he is the most senior, and he should lead you. But he can say, look, for this thing which is legal, the expert is doing so and so, and we authorize him to speak.
So, sir, from you.
Mr. General.
The distinguished chairman, sir, distinguished members, sir. Sir, actually the position is correct, sir. I led the team to this distinguished committee.
Very good.
But because the matters are hinged on law and the petitions in nature. So I think the procedure is I need them and then I take permission of the chairman to allow the legal advisor to make our
Maybe you should have addressed us
So,
to tell us what you are saying now.
yes, sir.
But not me.
Yes, sir. So I expect to seek your permission, sir, to allow the Director of Legal Services Army to make our positions on each of the cases, sir.
Thank you very much. Okay, this is an established. You know, here we respect protocol, we respect ranks. Not only we respect, because we respect the army too. That's why we're taking this position, and I hope it's understandable. So you have responses. You have seen these petitions. You can talk about them. But before that, we would like to put you on oath. That's the normal procedure of this committee. So you can affirm.
Can you move like this? General move. No, bring it down very well, yeah, sorry. Bring it around. Maybe general move there. Good.
If you don't want to swear with the Bible, you can affirm, or you can swear to Quran, which anyone.
I, Brigadier General Ibrahim Shalangwa, do solemnly swear that the evidence I shall give before this distinguished committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We're going to, like I said, we're going to start from, because the first petition had been stepped down because they are in court. So we want to take from the last. We want to start from the top. Let's take a bottom approach. The last person, I've listened to the retired Major KDC Obimoso, right? So what is your response on that matter? That was the last petitioner. Who was the Antropa?
The chairman of this committee, honorable members, distinguished members of the committee, So we have all heard the side of the petitioner, Major KDC Obimo, also retired. And I also believe the committee has all the relevant papers in respect of this petition. However, in brief, the officer alleged that he was retired from the Nigerian Army without the due process of convening a medical board as directed by the appropriate authority. He of course further alleged that he wrote several letters between year 2005 to 2015 faulting his retirement procedure. He stated in his petition that the Nigerian Army, in response to his letters, directed him to produce evidence of clear bill of health from a psychiatric hospital as a precondition for the reconsideration of his retirement. The petitioner further alleged that he went to Military Hospital Yaba, Lagos, in November 2009 to conduct medical examination. However, the results of the test were not released to him till date. The petitioner wants the Senate to intervene in his case by ensuring that the earlier directive of the Chief of Defense Staff that a medical board should be convened is done. Sir, the position of the Army on this issue is to the effect that the officer was retired based on a medical report that was duly convened, and the medical report clearly stated, we have a copy that will make available, that the officer had a medical problem that has to do with mental dysfunctioning. And of course, based on that, he was duly presented before the Army Council, which, based on the extant law, the harmonized terms and conditions of service of the terms and conditions of service of the military, considered the medical report, and of course retired him from the Nigerian Army. Like I said, like I pointed out earlier on, there's a report of a medical board that confirmed that the officer at the relevant time in the question had medical problem that has to do with mental dysfunction. So it was based on that the Army Council retired him. So, sir, he was medically boarded, of course, out of the Nigerian Army. So, speaking as the Director of Legal Services Army, it is my own submission, humble submission before this committee, that the Nigerian Army is not the proper body for the officer to petition before the Senate.
Excuse me, come again?
I said, sir, based on my position as Director of Legal Services Army, it is my humble submission that the Nigerian Army is not the proper body to be petitioned before this Senate, because the Nigerian Army did not retire the officer. The Nigerian Army has no power to retire the officer. The officer was retired by the Nigerian Army Council, which is the body under the law that has the power to retire any commissioned officer. And in that same circumstances, the Chief of Army Staff has no power to reinstate any retired officer.
What is the recommendation of the council to the retirement?
Of course, the recommendations, we have a military secretary department that handle issues, yes sir, that handle issues of commissioning, promotion, postings, and so on, is the responsibility of the military secretary. However, retirement of officer, the legal power to retire a commissioned officer or to reinstate a commissioned officer from retirement is that of the Nigerian Army Council, headed by the Minister of Defense. No, Minister of Defense. That is the Armed Forces Council. Nigerian Army Council is the appropriate body that has power to retire an officer.
Please. The child culture will retire like Please. You don't have to put council before we know what it is. When we say army, we know what it involves. If they say somebody is retired by the presidency, you don't have to mention General Buhari before you know that, yes, we will stand by president. But the army, and the petition was against the army. So all you do is, you are very good point that look, there was the medical, there was proper medical report, which was taken to Army Council and was decided that it should go. Correct. But to say that it's not the Army Council, what are you talking about?
Semantics.
What are you talking about? Can that council stand on its own without mentioning that army? So if I am attacked by the army, so you come here and say army, you must say council. Council is not the body to start with. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
So that excuse is no good, please.
Sir?
All right?
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. With due respect, sir,
Yes.
I'm speaking as Director of Legal Services. I mean, by virtue of my appointment, I attend Army Council sitting. All issues of retirement, reinstatement are forwarded to the council. It's the council that consider and approve.
Who forward them?
Exactly.
No, of course, the
Who
army
forward
forwards
them?
it. The army forwards it, but because it doesn't have the power.
Very good.
Because the army doesn't have the power. to do that.
Listen. I don't know what you define army. It's the army. If the two army staff doesn't want to forward to council, we don't go there. If the two air staff doesn't want to forward any case affecting the Air Force to the council, it will not go there. So if I'm from the army, it is the army. What happened is no more my headache. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
So it is the army that is still responsible.
Okay, sir.
We are not saying that it's stopped by the army's, two army staff's office. No, but it must go through the army. He's the head of the army.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, and let me, as a follow-up, whatever you have agreed on these people now, on the man himself, it is still the army that can forward it to the council. But I don't know whether you have finished, so that I will ask the question I want to ask.
Yes, sir. That was why I said that it was wrong for the officer to petition the army before the Senate committee.
It's not
That is
wrong.
supposed to be the army council.
It is not wrong, and stop saying that it is not wrong. Stop saying that it's not wrong. If you have finished the evidence, you tell us so that we can ask the question.
I think you have made a case on this one.
If you have made your case, my question is this. The officer in question,
Yes, sir.
how many times, like the other man, he went to exam, he fell down, he was taken to hospital, he came back, started again. Can you tell us how many times you people have noticed misnomer, behavior from the officer, or from any time before the arrest, before his arrest? If there's any record to show this, the man has behaved, or even when he went to, as he claimed that he went to Sierra Leone, have you got, is there any reports that you have on the man, or did he develop that psychiatric problem
While in detention.
while in detention? And again, if he himself doesn't want to tell us what actually led to the detention, if you can tell us. Because when you were sitting down there, it's not just the other man, or generally, because the way you are sounding, you are representing the Nigerian army. You don't have any case with the young man or any of those people. It's a case between them and Nigerian army. And I want you to know that nothing happens when nothing happens. But when something happens, a lot of things will crop up. When all these young men, army officers were giving it, I was watching the countenances of some of you there, laughing at them. They will say something, you'll be laughing. You don't know what will meet you tomorrow, but I don't pray for bad one.
Thank you, sir.
Those young men that you see, they were sitting like you before, and something happened. So if you come to defend the army, defend it that you're defending the army, not you don't have any personal issue, and say the truth. Because if you say something, killing somebody is not just carrying gun to kill somebody. When you remove somebody from where he's eating, and if the person dies from there, will you say you have not killed? You have killed. So you need to face the matter the way it is. Thank you, Chair.
Army's problem is not about killing. They used to kill. It's only.
He's killing them, they kill a lot. They wanted to kill me, it's God that saved me. This is how they kill. As I hear now, they will be gentle. When you see them, you feel.
So, you see, when you come to this committee and said that army is not the right body to be positioned, then you are saying that we don't even know our job. Why would I take you?
I'm sorry, sir.
Because you don't.
Maybe because of my background as a lawyer.
No, the background I see.
We have a lawyer here, senior lawyer.
I don't know how many years you know this man has been as a lawyer. But what I say is that
This is my mate, I suppose.
I must be your senior. When we go to the bar,
1987.
I was called 86.
You are my senior.
so. What I'm saying is when we look at the issue, because if you say this, it means that all the petitions, what we have been listening here today is a waste. We have to go and bring the Nigerian Army Council to come and listen to us, you know. Even if there are matters we are going to relate, after hearing from you, there are matters that we need to write and involve Army Council, we'll do that. But I want to ask a simple question. Having seated here and listened to this retired major, do you think he's ready? Do you think, having seated here and listened to this retired major,
Yes, sir.
let's put all this aside. Do you think he has a mental challenge?
Sir, I know Major Obi very well. He knows me. I know him very well. So, but I'm only doing my work.
I know you're being,
And his retirement was based on the medical report.
I'm asking all these things. We can, anybody that wants to be killed, there must be something to place on it. That's what I'm asking you, as a experienced officer who has risen to the position of the Brigadier General in the Army, having listened to this man major, in every honesty, do you think he has a psychiatric problem? On a personal assessment.
I'm not a medical doctor.
General, let me ask you this.
Please,
I don't know why it's stopping. Our whole general here is stopping.
please answer a question straight. You just put your case. You said there was a medical report. We know you're not a doctor. You didn't write the medical report. And if you told a lie, it's going to follow behind you. You understand me? You would have stood there. If you only went further to start teaching other things. think for senior and young, because of my great is that. As a medical report, all we need is to say, okay, submit the medical report, it wasn't given before. I would see the medical report, all right.
Well, you understand what I'm
Then
saying?
we move to the next case.
So let's have the, if you say you have a medical report, and it's, you know, because he himself said up to today has not seen the medical report. That's himself who has been retired. Said he has never seen the medical report. If you see a custody, if it's a classified document, you will not give it to him.
He will give to his own
We'll make it available, sir.
Huh?
We'll make it available, sir.
Okay, we'd like to have it, and then if you have it, we'd like to have it. And we are going to go, it's not about giving us, but what we do here is a forensic investigation. We still go far as whoever that doctor that certify him or will appear before us to tell us how, I will have medical doctors too here.
Yes.
So we'll be able to say what makes them that. My own happiness is that whether you like it or not, you have made a kind of, even if you say it outright, we all know, even people here are watching that this man who presented, he has no lawyer, he has no nothing, who has presented this matter has, for me, as far as I'm concerned, as the chairman of this committee, this man has no security problem. Probably one reason or the other that he was removed, they have to lay this for him.
I concur.
That is just the truth of the matter.
But it's true. Right?
So let's leave
Maybe the man is too intelligent for them.
Yes, we're going to get this. I'm going to get this matter done. And this is one of the reasons. One of the matters we're going to showcase what this committee will do. We investigate. If there's true as a medical report and we confirm it, and we will not go against that. It's you have your own rules. But if we believe that this is doctored, or you just call a dog a bad name to hand it, we will also know, and we will make a report, and we will make sure that this man is arrested. Then, even if it needs to, we will do that. And that's the truth of the matter. So this matter is taken. What? Sorry. Second one, the second to last one, the colonel. The colonel that was there. Colonel what? Lieutenant what?
Yeah,